Hi, beloved. Welcome back to the channel. To this video, we're going to be talking about low vibration nurses and low vibration CNAs or care, home health aide, whatever title you find yourself under in the healthcare industry, more especially hands-on healthcare worker. But before I start with that, I'm going to get something off my chest. Please subscribe to the channel. I know you want to see face, you want to see my appearance. It's going to happen at some point. But as for now, I want it to be about the message. The message that I'm giving, I want you to take it into consideration. Don't worry about my faceless videos. It's okay. I just want us to learn from the messages that are being passed on in the videos. And I want you to share the videos so we all can do better and become better. Okay, we got that out of the way. When I talk about low vibration nurses, I will talk about nurses that is in it just for the money. And it shows in our work ethic. Some of them are very sloppy. They don't want to do much. They just sit there and put in orders. And when you go behind them, that work is just sloppy. So, long story short, I'm going to give an example for today. I had a hectic day. So, this facility put up a ship. We would call it a high ship. So, the schedule starts by 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So, around 11, I see they needed a care person because probably somebody called off or no call, no show, whatever. So I pick up the ship. And from my hotel room, because I'm doing travel CNA right now, to that facility is going to be 30 minutes. So I got there around 11:35. The clocking started. I asked the two nurses, who am I working with? And the female nurse told me I'm working with the male nurse. So I went on his unit. And his unit is most skilled / rehab. So prior to me getting there, there's two nurses plus a CNA. So I got there, I asked the nurse. I said, hi, can I get a report? He said, oh, I don't know too much, but there's 6 people that need to be put to bed. I said, okay. So I asked him. He gave me the room number of the 6 individual or 6 residents. Then I asked him, I said, 111. How do I get this person put to bed? Oh, I don't know. So then I asked because I thought he was travel staff too. But to my surprise, he's not a travel staff. He's a regular staff. So I asked the nurse, I said, how long have you worked here? He said, a year and a half. I said, okay. And then within myself, I was like, oh boy, I'm about to have a rough night. So I still having an open mind towards the situation. At this point, am I supposed to use lift, sit and stand, or Hoyer? He don't know any of that information. Or he's just trying to make my night difficult. At this point, that's what I'm thinking. Because if you're going to tell me you've been here 1.5 years and you don't know that information, it's like mind-blowing to me. So I don't have password or username to access the computer system to get a report or check the chat of individual to see who they are, what they need, what that level of care is. But he do, and he's not even trying to give me that information. At this point, I realize I have to do 25 vital signs of blood pressure on 25 residents, plus the 6 that need to be assisted to bed, and he don't have no report, and he gonna tell me, get the other aide to help you. Fine. I went to the other unit, to get the other aide. When the aide got there, she was like, oh, I have not worked this unit before. Only one time I usually work on this other unit you just got me from on. Okay. But if you need help, just call me. Okay, where do I start from? So, good thing the residents can talk. So then I went to introduce myself to each resident, ask them how would they like to go to bed and what time do they go to bed. Little things, just, gathering information from the residents. And they gave me little bits and pieces, and being a healthcare field, I had to, my intuition, just figure out some things by myself and just help. So, long story short, got them to bed. Now it's time to do blood pressure. I got everybody blood pressure. But one individual, I did her blood pressure twice. Very low. And then she told me, oh, they usually do it manually. I said, okay, I will be back. Let me call the nurse. So now that I know within myself, this nurse is just trying to make my night difficult. So now I'm about to pay it back. So I went to the nurse. I said, hi, sir. Room so. Blood pressure is very low. And the machine is not. With my second time around, I still getting a low blood pressure. He like, oh yeah, the machine don't work with her. You have to do it manually. So guess what? I'm about to suck this nurse. But while having conversation with the resident, she said, oh, this nurse that working, he been a nurse for 20 years. And she called him for a pain medication. He said, oh, I know what I'm doing. I've been a nurse for 20 years. I know when you're supposed to do this and do that. So she already upset and juicing him to me. So I said, okay. So I went to him and said, he said, oh, you have to do it manually. I said, oh, sir, I don't know how to do manually, but can you? He said, oh, no, I don't know how. Red flag. A nurse that had been a nurse for 20 years, you don't know how to do a manual blood pressure? But I do. I still seeing it. But I just wasn't doing it because I want to get him back for being mean to me after coming to help you out. That you could have been the CNA and the nurse tonight. And I got out of my bed to come and help you and you're not trying to work with me. So he went on the other unit to gossip me to the female nurse. And I worked 3 or 4 times with this female nurse. And told her, oh, how can she be a CNA and don't know how to do manual blood pressure? And the nurse told him, okay, if she said that to you as a nurse, did you do the blood pressure for her? He said, oh, no, I told her I don't know how either. And then she came back to me and said it. So I said, oh, well, I don't know how. You both will have to figure it out. At this point, I'm not going to be part of anybody gossip. I'm just going to continue doing what I have to do till 6 a.m. and be able to leave. So that's just some of the side part of nursing or working in the healthcare field you see, more especially with nurses, CNA, that certain, just that job, they not want to be hands-on, they're very sloppy, and when they don't things, you just know that they're just in it for the money. How can this 8 hour be over, let me leave? I make this other money for the day. That's the mindset. And then when we come to low vibration CNAs, we learn practical things in classroom about making beds, little things like that. But there's some of the least things. A lot of CNA, they go in the resident room to make that bed. They will leave the balance sheet, the filter sheet, they will leave it undone and take the comforter or the cover and pour it on top of that. And then not make the bed. They underneath and just throw the sheet, boom. Put the pillow down any kind of way and feel that bed is made. How can you feel? And then at nighttime, if you're working a double shift or you're working 2 to 10, and you have to put that resident to bed, and you see that kind of mess. You're like, but who did this? But you already know because you gave me your report. And I just say common thing like, the tissue is finished off the roll. Just take that, you're right there, you're standing there, and more especially, you'll use the last tissue off the thing. You take it off and put in a new tissue. Oh no, they won't touch that tissue paper or that toilet paper. They leave it and get out. Even they come to dress the resident, and that resident or shirt or something fell off of the hangers and it's in a closet on the floor. They would pass it, it would be there for days, many days. They would pass it, keep rolling over it, and you're going right into that closet every freaking day. How hard it is to just pick that off the floor, put it back on the hanger. And even you were using like wipes with them, helping them to toilet them, and something fell from you, that depends, or that wipes. You leave it right on the floor and get out. That's just being slappy and nasty. And then when you give me a report, I know who was there. It just shows, how some of us living our home. Are we treating our home the same way we're treating the resident homes? Is that fair? And even the money you're in it for, is that high-end money? The years, the work, and the retire. And now you're supposed to give them a service that they're paying you for 8 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours, whatever hour it is. And you just do little things like that are very important to them. It may be little to us, but to them it's very important. And it's very big for them because they're not in a position to do those things for themselves. That's what you're getting paid for. Because a lot of us, we think we're just in it for the money. But the reality is, it's very sad. Because it shows me coming behind you as the nice seeing it. How do the person really live? I wonder how your house look like. If you're treating this person's house like this, how do your house look? How do you live? How are you living? And how do your house look? Are you clean? Or are you a dirty person? And this being said, in the work environment, moving forward, we all just have to breathe life into these things. Don't turn our face, on the other side, because we a lot of us, we do that. We turn our face on the other side. We see these things. We don't want to talk about it. We don't correct the people or the individual that are doing these things. So it's about time we start speaking life into these things. Start doing the correction with our coworker. It's okay for us to do so because enough is enough. And if you're just in it for the money, you would just beat yourself up at the end of the day because it shows, and you will wear yourself up because if you're not passionate about nursing and you're just in it because it's a meal ticket or something, at the end of the day, do unto others as you want to do unto you. That person could be your family member. That person could be your brother or sister. And whatever seed you sow in today, or whatever seed you plant in the ground, you got to be careful with the fruit it's going to bear and the things that it's going to put out in the universe for you because there's another human life. There's another human being just like you. Treat them the way you want to be treated. Treat their homes the way you want your home to be treated. So this story time was just about that we all can do better. Nurses, caregiver, heroes, doctors, whoever you are in the healthcare environment. Stop turning your eyes to things that you think is little or it don't matter. To the person you're giving care to, it do matter. Or to the person you being a service to, it do matter. It's big for them. They cannot do those little things for themselves. So do better, okay? And thanks for watching. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.